You bank $1 billion from selling your freight company. Rain pushes you to the ticket office window, where away allocation anger reaches you before the club does. An old club scarf drips beside queue barriers, and supporters argue over loyalty points like ration cards. You step closer. Ticket rules teach the first lesson. Scarcity turns belonging into a fight when a ground is too small. You buy pies for soaked supporters outside the rusted turnstiles. After defeat, you enter the supporters' pub and hear loyalty priced thin beneath the match posters. The old club scarf hangs above your pint, while a retired fullback explains concession cuts better than any consultant. Your glass stays full. Match day money dies when loyal families feel milked before the team earns the right to charge more. You pay overdue steward wages before asking ownership questions. The supporter trust bridge meets you in the media room before any seller gets your call. An old club tie crosses the sponsor backdrop, and your offer starts with listening rights, not naming rights. He tests your patience. Supporter trust is a gate in this town. Bypass the bridge and every later approval costs more time. You refuse rebrand talk and request the true debts. League officials question you in the director's box, and you promise no World Cup place. The stadium key enters the rusted lock after you take control for around $20 million. A lower league club can be bought, but league approval, debt risk, and old obligations come with the key. Your thumb sticks on rust. The buy price leaves most of the fortune for losses, training, and wages. That is the sane way to climb. Archive photographs spread across the supporters' pub, and you rebuild the story from the club's own ground. Former captains correct your staff on songs, shirt shades, and rituals that money must not replace. The scarf stays above the photographs. Commercial lift pays when supporters feel amplification. Fake heritage kills shirt sales and patience together. You appoint a sporting director before agents dictate spending. The recruitment bunker gets a red, yellow, and green target board before the first famous name enters talks. Player radars sit beside scout calls as your sporting director filters wages, injuries, resale value, and permits. Agents wait outside. Buying value before fame keeps promotion spending from becoming a bonfire of long contracts. You define a high-pressure identity fans can recognize and sell. The manager ties training to wide attacks, set-piece menace, and rest defense under floodlights. You fund seed bags and grow lights before faster football costs more hamstrings. The grounds manager lifts a boot from a soft patch and shows you where fast football dies. You fund drainage first. A pace-based team loses points when the ball bobbles and wages sit in the medical room. Better grass pays twice, through cleaner passing and fewer preventable injuries. Fixture posters hang above the ticket window, and you protect concession prices before the first price rise. Queue barriers stay calm when pensioners and parents hear away ticket principles from your staff. Cheap seats are not charity. Protected concessions buy patience, while premium hospitality carries the higher margin when the stadium grows. The captain's armband lifts under floodlights after a promotion built through the spine. Your goalkeeper, center-back leader, controlling midfielder, pressing forward, and set-piece taker survive cold away trips. Celebrity names would sell shirts for a month. Promotion changes the market, since better loans answer calls and sponsors pay for league status. You modernize shirt printing so World Cup curiosity buys official goods. The club shop keeps its pilgrimage feel, while the website finally ships shirts without losing orders. Mascots wait in the tunnel, and you turn match day into a whole town route. Local pubs, schools, food stalls, and former players join the map under rules your club staff can manage. Stewards smile at the junior line. Town money becomes political cover when councilors see residents share the match day takings. You hire the manager built for 2 divisions of growth. He accepts the sporting director above him and still commands the dressing room. You build a loan pathway that buys quality without permanent wages. Top academies ask for minutes, roles, load plans, and return standards before they trust your romance. You offer proof. Loan quality protects the wage room, but borrowed players still belong to another club. Mannequins block near-post runs in the academy dome while you fund a set-piece coach. The analyst codes blockers and restarts as the manager rehearses chaos with players who cannot outspend rivals. One corner buys a season. Set pieces are cheap promotion points, since a rehearsed delivery costs less than a striker wage. You bring legends back with old match programs in the director's box. Some arrive guarded, still carrying years when the club stop calling. You give them academy mentor roles and matchday host work with real duties. The room softens. Discarded history becomes legitimacy when young players hear the badge explained by people who carried it. You upgrade recovery so fixture congestion stops eating availability. Return to play charts keep a smaller squad usable when cup replays and winter pitches bite. Planning notices flap beside steel terrace sections, and you phase the stadium instead of abandoning the ground. Neighbour objections, transport studies, safety certificates, and broadcast gantries all cross your path before new seats earn money. The operations chief marks one road closure. More capacity sustains higher wages only when the town accepts the works, and premium areas pay their share. Sponsor boards ride beside kit crates as you time the tour around World Cup attention. Youth camps, watch parties, retail drops, and friendlies give new football fans a club to choose. Your commercial director checks the crates. World Cup attention pays when curiosity becomes tickets, shirts, memberships, and sponsor value without pretending the club enters the tournament. You greenlight the documentary only after the dressing room consents. The rule is no fake speeches, no injury exploitation, and no tactical secrets. You evolve the squad so pressing survives higher divisions. The statement player's nameplate waits above fresh shin pads, and you check his running data before the announcement. A retirement billboard would lift followers and wreck the wage room by Friday. The sporting director closes the wage gap. The right age leader raises standards, gives agents proof, and leaves the promotion spine respected. You build the women's pathway because sponsors and families follow real teams. The women's staff receive medical support, fixture planning, marketing, and academy links under the same crest. Safeguarding posters overlook boots by backpacks as you upgrade academy status through trust. Coaches, classrooms, indoor space, analysis, and parent communication get funded before recruitment promises expand. A father asks about release rules. Local families choose your academy when protection feels real. One discarded child can send a generation elsewhere. You supply supporter clubs with flags that turn distance into recurring buyers. New York, Toronto, and Mexico City get watch party kits, ticket rules, and songs from the town. Under floodlights, you back the set-piece coach as the corner flag shakes beside ripped divots. The richer club leaves a reserve defender on your near-post runner, a mistake your analyst drilled all week. Your hand grips the railing. One rehearsed corner beats the giant, and sponsors phone before league status catches up. Player care starts with the translation earpiece, family housing, schools, and agents. International signings settle faster when spouses, children, language, banking, and driving stop becoming private emergencies. Broadcast gantries rise over concrete cores as you enter the top tier with wage limits written into contracts. The finance chief names the danger. One wild salary can drag every renewal upward by Monday. You cap bonuses by survival, minutes, and promotion clauses. Top flight money pays only when the wage room does not eat it first. Passports and agent sheets build your loan network without buying other clubs. Cooperation agreements send prospects to lower divisions, overseas partners, and friendlies where minutes matter. Kids' goalkeeper kits become flags when kit partners respect the town. Travel crates crowd the airport gate as Europe turns the calendar into a Thursday-Sunday test. The kit men weigh recovery gear beside sponsor boards, since foreign travel steals sleep before it steals points. You approve rotation before the first away trip. The fringe players hear the manager's trust in the terminal queue, and the wage bill starts feeling like depth. Elite analysts join the coding keyboard, but the supporters pub still names the rules. You hire specialists who improve standards without renaming every old habit into corporate jargon. At the academy classroom, you build the trophy plan around school desks and parents outside in cars. The graduate's old seat stays in the front row, a warning that the final cannot become a shopping trip. You ask the academy director for the boys' full path, from homework sheets to first-team minutes. A bought star sells shirts for a season. A local captain sells belief for a generation. The parents stop whispering. The printed wage sheet folds under a coffee mug after you overpay the famous name. The captain who won promotion reads the gap before training, and his jaw sets harder than any agent's email. Your sporting director pushes the mug aside. One famous contract turns into 10 demands as agents price loyalty against the highest wage in the room. Trust leaves the boardroom first. Manchester City takes the local wonder kid, and the empty academy locker carries the cost. The compensation lands clean, but the peeled name strip says the symbol left the building. You stand beside the academy director while the boy's father avoids your handshake. A rival with a safer stage can sell minutes, education, and global scouts in one calm sentence. Money arrives, belonging leaves. You apologize in the kit room and freeze vanity wages. Red objections cover the planning board map after you ignore neighbors beside the stadium site. The construction chief points at the missed window, and the new stand loses a whole season of capacity. Your hard hat stays under your arm. One road closure meeting would have cost an evening. One delayed stand costs match day income every home week. The town has time on its side. Parking plans in the supporters pub become intelligence, not obstruction. The groundskeeper lifts a torn square of turf under floodlights after you schedule too much. The scarred surface slows your wide attacks, and hamstrings start carrying the bill for extra revenue. You take the turf in both hands. Concert money looks clean until the pitch turns home advantage into a lottery for visiting center backs. Dropped points cost more than rent. Mower blades win the argument, and concerts get cut for football. A camera leaves the training ground corridor after an injury fear airs from the gym. The players' recovery bands sit untouched, while teammates measure every sentence near the doorway. You call the producer before training. Access has value only while players believe the room stays safe for ugly truth. The manager closes the corridor. Bottled water waits before unused microphones as fake access ends. In the academy classroom, the peeled name strip forces the question money cannot answer. You have bought stands, players, and cameras, yet parents still remember the discarded child. The supporter trust bridge figure names every family that stopped returning your calls. Your checkbook stays shut. Belonging comes back through repaired meetings, not purchases. Parents' car keys return beside safeguarding posters under the operations chief. The agent contact sheet covers contract lists after Manchester City wins the loan promise. Their academy director offers a cleaner stage, clearer minutes, and a pathway parents can repeat at dinner. You press your finger on your own target board. A loan promise is trust rented from another club, and rivals price trust better when your pathway looks crowded. The agent stops taking calls. The embroidered crest dries in the kit room as you promote the local graduate. You resist the consolation signing, though agents push names that would calm headlines by lunchtime. The laundry machine thumps behind the academy director. A shirt filled by your own graduate repairs more of the pathway than another imported symbol. The kit room applauds once. One young sail funds the window when the player radar replaces aging name targets. Rain hits the dugout while substitute bibs mark your first European away win. The rotated fullback, once angry about minutes, shuts down the late cross like the manager promised. You stay behind the technical line. Thursday to Sunday survival depends on reserves believing starts are earned before the crisis, not handed out after injuries. The away end sings his name. Microphones wait in the media room as Manchester City offers your graduates stardom. Their pitch is bigger, their cameras louder, and their contract lands on an agent's phone before breakfast. You stand beside him, silent. The graduate rejects the shortcut, and the unanswered translation earpiece makes the room feel smaller. Reporters lower their pens. Television cables crowd the cup final tunnel when you refuse the final access deal. The broadcaster offers global reach, extra episodes, and sponsor heat around the biggest night your club has known. You point security toward the dressing room door. The players need one private hour more than the club needs another camera angle. The producer walks away. You hand the armband to the academy graduate above the final shin pads. The polished trophy plinth waits under television lights as your academy graduate steps onto the pitch. His first touch is safe, a square pass under pressure that would have panicked the classroom boy. You breathe once against the tunnel wall. A major trophy with a local graduate on the grass proves the machine can make its own leaders. The old captain nods. Before dawn, the turnstile key opens the old block beside preserved brick and the tied club scarf. You push the rusted gate that once admitted a tired ground afraid of being forgotten. Beyond the gate, new stands frame the same brick, and children pass the scarf in the latest shirt. The world knows the crest now. The trophy bus stops by the supporters' pub without moving the old photograph. You carry the cup past scarves on the ceiling while retired players point at faces from the lean years. A young supporter sings the same local song under the photograph. The parade feels paid back. Parade demand becomes official memberships when flags stack beside home shirts. Promotion plaques frame the museum layout as you open the wall for captains and saved names. Former stewards find their names beside players, which tells the town the rescue story belongs to more than owners. You hand the first museum key to the operations chief. Visitors buy tours, shirts, and match tickets after memory becomes a place they can enter. Hospitality mock-ups fund wages without pushing loyal stewards upstairs. The old club tie rests beside the match program when the operations chief returns to the director's box. He checks the away fan route before kickoff, the kind of promise polished hires used to miss. You give him the earpiece. Match day grows cleanly when the person guarding old habits can also say yes to new money. Watch party kits fly with kit crates for North American supporter clubs. Under main stadium lights, you schedule the women's fixture beside the bent corner flag. The same stewards open the same gates, and families recognize the club instead of a side project. You stand near the tunnel as the captain leads the team out. Sponsors follow women's football when the operation treats players, fixtures, and medical care as first-team work. The crowd stays after warm-ups. Concession tickets stay protected while premium seats pay the higher wage bill. Safeguarding posters face the discarded academy family when you invite them back. The mother brings the old release letter, folded so many times the creases have softened. You take the complaint in the classroom, not through lawyers. A review with the wounded family costs pride, but rival academies hear when parents get heard. The academy director writes their rule change. Spanish language content starts with the translation earpiece and Mexico watch parties. Passports sit by the target board as you pursue an Asian international with market discipline. The commercial director wants the shirt sales, while the sporting director demands pressing data and injury history first. You refuse the signing until both cases survive. Japan and South Korea reward serious football stories, and a player who cannot run the model becomes expensive theater. The red tag comes off. Language support starts before the announcement, beside homework sheets. Home shirts fill the club shop when the shirt launch becomes town and world ceremony. Academy kids stand beside first-team stars, and old supporters hold the same scarf pattern sold online. You approve the global drop only after local stock arrives first. A kit launch pays twice when distant fans can buy identity without making the town feel replaced. The printing press runs late. The torn turf returns under floodlights after concert dates threaten home points again. This time you read the groundskeeper's face before the sales team finishes the revenue pitch. You cancel dates from the touchline. A damaged pitch taxes every player twice, first in control, then in soft tissue risk. The grounds crew gets quiet authority. Soil samples give the groundskeeper veto power over non-match revenue. The stadium model routes tours around recovery windows and preserved brick. The hamstring testing machine faces sweat-dark mats as you add sports science depth. The performance lead shows how Thursday travel changes sprint load, sleep, and return-to-play risk. You fund another analyst before another winger. A smaller available squad beats a glamorous injured squad when Europe and the league collide. The physio pins the new rotation plan. The captain's armband rotates before wages rotate against you. Sponsor boards in the tunnel become inventory after European nights place your shirt beside clubs buyers know. Your commercial chief prices exposure by kickoff markets, replay clips, and the camera angle that catches the badge. Television cables crowd your boots. A European broadcast sells sponsors reach, while a league fixture sells them habit and local certainty. Manchester City offers the teenager facilities. You offer the agent a first-team shirt and recorded minutes. The agent contact sheet stays under your palm as the recruitment lead names the position, pathway, and substitution plan. Minutes beat marble floors. Agents believe minutes when loan players return with stronger bodies, cleaner habits, and match footage bigger clubs can use. Your loan chart sends prospects to partners for minutes, not ownership flags. Retired captains mentor academy players before finals. The academy graduate's GPS vest hangs beneath his nameplate, and you approve the European knockout start before romance talk begins. Your analyst points to sprint data from league matches against senior men, not youth highlights against boys. The dressing room hushes. A local starter in Europe turns academy spending from charity talk into proof for every parent outside the dome. Retro capsules sell because the crest and colors stay untouched. Players close ranks after the corridor camera turns a private injury fear into content. Your media lead folds the camera tripod beside bottled water while the manager shuts the training ground corridor door. Access has a wage too. Trust costs less than filming, but one bad episode can make honest team talks disappear for a season. Manager and captain rewrite access rules beside the microphones. Away shirts hang beside embroidered crests, while you make the kit maker accept local identity clauses in the distribution deal. The manufacturer wants cleaner global templates. Your commercial director points at old supporters in the launch brief. A shirt is margin on fabric only when supporters believe the badge still belongs to them. Retail grows without repainting the club. Steel terrace sections add safe standing without killing the old ground noise. Season cards pass through rusted gates, and the expanded stand sells out under floodlights before the new paint dries. Your operations chief scans the first card by hand. Old supporters trust a face more than a barcode. The turnstile block strains. More seats raise matchday income, but the lift comes from keeping noise close enough to scare visitors. Premium pies fund academy coaches. Small-sided goals sit on rubber crumb as you raise academy category status through classrooms, safeguarding, and indoor pitch hours. Parents step onto the indoor pitch beside you and ask about homework, travel, and who calls after rejection. The academy director answers by name. Category status improves when families believe the club protects children before the club sells a pathway. Girls' academy bibs enter the same club ceremony. Cones fly to Canada for winter clinics and indoor partners. Set-piece clips freeze the defensive line as your analyst hides the winning run inside a routine the opponent has seen. The coach rehearses blockers until the near-post runner becomes a decoy, and the back-post center-back arrives clean. Cheap points still count. A European semi-final can turn on one disguised restart because open play chances shrink against richer squads. The folded wage sheet stays under the coffee cup as you reject the superstar demand before agents reach the squad. Your sporting director taps the promotion spine names. The players who carried cold away nights before television money arrived. The room does not cheer. One broken wage ceiling would make every old contract a grievance and every new signing a comparison. Contract papers renew the spine before elite replacements arrive. The captain's armband waits above shin pads as you name the academy graduate captain for the European final. His thumb presses the stitched band once before the kit man pulls the shirt over his shoulders. Former captains stand near you without speeches. The armband now pays back every classroom hour, parent meeting, and loan minute the club refused to waste. The polished trophy plinth waits in the cup final tunnel while your graduate leads the press before the first pass settles. Your manager's trap springs when the opposition center back receives square. The local captain forces the turnover that starts the goal. Television lights catch your hands on the rail. The final whistle makes the club a European trophy winner with an academy player still leading the line. Winning with a bought star would buy applause. Winning with your own captain sells belief to every family in town. Old captains touch the trophy before sponsors touch it. The stadium key lies beside promotion plaques as bankers value the club near $1.5 billion. You decline the easy sale talk as broadcast income, premium seats, academy output, and European status feed one machine. The accounts folder can name value, but the stadium key still opens gates for people from the bad years. Belonging stays off the market. The old club scarf knots around the trophy rail for the town. You carry the cup into the supporters' pub beneath the old photograph that showed the club before your money arrived. New supporters from Canada, Mexico, and Singapore sing the same local song beside stewards and retired players. The town hears the world join in. The old photograph above the pub door now faces children in new shirts singing for a club the world knows.